Hey, everybody, I'm Jeff.
And I'm Ray.
And welcome to episode 207 of the New England Legends podcast. This one's going to be from the vault.
Yeah, getting a little lazy here, aren't we, Jeff?
Wow. No.
It's summer. We're busy.
1 week off.
Yeah. But we're here.
We're here.
Recording something. We could have just played an old episode. Right. But we're actually introducing it.
We're introducing it. So we thought, we need a week off just to regroup. We'll be back after. We're already working on that one. Little musical number coming.
Ooh, that's right. That one?
Yeah, that one.
Oh, love it.
Yeah. So just a little foreshadow. But we wanted to play one from the vault. Some people find our podcast relatively new, and there's hundreds of episodes to listen to.
Some love listening to them over and over and over again.
You're more than welcome. So we thought we'd go back to one from Rhode Island, from the vault, Who's Haunting Smith's Castle?
Oh, good one.
Yeah, this is a good one. A great haunt, great historic site filled with death, mass burials, ghosts, tragedy. It's got it all. So
everything that makes New England Legends so funny and adorable.
The reason you come back every week. So enjoy this one from the vault, and we'll see you with a new episode next week.
Ray, looking good, man. Are you wearing a tux?
Well, a tuxedo printed T-shirt, yeah.
Of course.
Well, the holidays may be winding down, Jeff, but that doesn't mean the parties are over.
So true.
So I saw your message that we're heading to a castle for some swanky affair this week.
Right, we're heading to Smith's Castle in Wickford, Rhode Island.
Now, you mentioned something about a formal ball.
Yeah, but that accounts for just one of the ghosts there, because Smith's Castle is definitely haunted. Hi, I'm Jeff Belanger.
And I'm Ray Osier. Welcome to episode 123 of the 123, look at that, of the New England Legends podcast.
We made it. Is that a thing?
I don't know. It is now.
It is now.
If you give us about 10 minutes, we'll give you something strange to talk about today.
And we appreciate you joining us on our mission to chronicle every single legend in New England. 123, 123
again, yeah.
Weeks in a row without missing a show in almost 2.5 years. And we can't continue to bring you new stories each week without the help of our Patreon patrons. These folks kick in $3 per month to help with our hosting, our promotion, our production expenses. And if you want to join the cause, plus get early access to new episodes and bonus episodes that nobody else gets to hear, head on over to patreon.com/New England Legends.
Also, be sure to join our super secret Facebook group.
It is a secret.
It is
it's out now.
And sorry about that today. Okay.
Yeah.
People they're sharing stories and they're giving us great feedback. We love it. And they're giving us ideas too for future episodes, which is very helpful because less work we have to do.
That's right.
The better. Great things happen when we share these stories too. So tell a friend or two about us.
Yeah, please do.
So Jeff, we're heading to a castle in Rhode Island.
Right.
When I think of castles, I tend to think of Europe.
Sure.
Or if we're talking Rhode Island, I'm sure you could call some of those Newport Mansion castles.
Yeah, I get that. Smith's Castle in Wickford isn't going to blow you away with its size or grandeur, but it may blow you away with its history.
Well, you're right about that, Jeff. This looks like many two-story colonial houses I've seen all over New England.
Sure.
I mean, sure, it's slightly bigger. It looks wider than most, but I don't think anyone would label this house a mansion, let alone a castle. You say it's haunted?
That's what they say. Now, in one corner of the property is a mass grave. America's original sin still haunts these grounds, and inside is the tragic story of a woman who tumbled to her death. With close to 4 centuries of history on this property, it's fair to say there are multiple ghosts here.
Well, then let's head back and sort this out. The year is 1637, and we're standing on Narragansett land. There's villages all over the region, including one right here. These Narragansetts are no strangers to Europeans. This guy named Roger Williams he's been visiting, learning the language, and making friends.
Roger Williams buys this land from the Narragansett sachem Canonicus. It's here that Williams establishes an early trading post. Now, soon after, Richard Smith, a settler from Taunton, Massachusetts, he heads down to this area to build his own trading post. Smith also builds a house for his family. Roger Williams writes that Smith built the first English house in the entire region. It's a large house, and it's fortified with defenses, and thus the name Smith's Castle was born.
After Richard Smith dies in 1666, he leaves the property and house to his son, Richard Smith Jr. By the mid-1670s, this region of Rhode Island is a dangerous place because the King Philip's War is just heating up. This bloody conflict is tearing the region apart as colonists face off against Wampanoag.
So far, the Narragansett are remaining neutral. I mean, they see no good outcomes from this war, so they're trying to stay out of it. And that works until December of 1675, while the Narragansett are hunkered down in their winter home in the area of the Great Swamp, just 12 miles away from Smith's Castle.
Relations sour when colonists suspect the Narragansett are harboring Wampanoag warriors in their Great Swamp Camp. 1,000 colonial troops gather at Smith's Castle and get ready to mount an attack. En route to the region, the colonists burn empty Narragansett villages as a show of force. On December 19th, the colonists attack the Narragansett camp, and it's a bloodbath. There's hundreds of casualties on both sides. Whether they like it or not, the Narragansett are in the King Philip's War now.
This battle will forever be remembered as the Great Swamp Massacre. But the hundreds of casualties were not the most gruesome event of this battle.
All right, well, what was?
During the battle, militia soldier Joshua Teft was caught fighting for the Narragansett. Now, for his treason, he was brought back to the camp at Smith's Castle. He was hanged, drawn, and quartered on this property.
Oh, man. For those who don't know what that means, the hanging part is pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Teft is hanged by his neck until he's almost dead. Then his body is placed on a table. While he's still alive, his stomach is sliced open.
Oh.
Yeah, his intestines and internal organs are pulled from his body and thrown on a nearby fire to burn. Next, his head is cut off, and his remaining body is cut into 4 pieces.
It's a punishment that has never been carried out on American soil before or since. In addition to this most brutal of executions, 40 dead colonial militiamen are carried back to the camp at Smith's Castle, and they're buried in a mass grave.
The following year, the Narragansett burned Smith's Castle to the ground in retaliation for the family betraying their trading partners and offering harbor to the colonial militia. In 1678, with the King Philip's War over, Richard Smith Jr. rebuilds the family home. Smith dies childless in 1692, but wills the house and property to his nephew, Captain Lodowick Updike, and his wife, Abigail Newton Updike.
It's worth pointing out that Mr. and Mrs. Updike are also first cousins.
Well, I'm glad they're a close family.
In the 1700s, the plantation swells to 3,000 acres and includes 5 farms worked by indentured servants and by slaves. And it's on the backs of those slaves the plantation prospers.
With so much money coming in, the house receives multiple upgrades and expansions, including a lean-to kitchen, paneled walls, and check this out. This very fancy entry staircase.
Ooh, nice.
Right? This place is getting pretty swanky.
The house and property remain in the Updike family until 1804, when the plantation is divided into 6 properties. After 1812, the property continues to get sold off in chunks to various owners, but still, this house is one of the largest and nicest around. And it's drawing in the region's upper crust, especially for the parties.
Now picture this house full of people. There's butlers carrying trays of food and drinks, maybe some violin playing in the corner.
And right over there is Newport socialite Elizabeth Singleton. Man, she looks incredible in her gown. And I think she knows it too. Look at her work the room.
Now it looks like she's heading upstairs to powder her nose, maybe?
I hope she's careful. Those are some low banisters and railings. I mean, if her dress should get caught. Oh! Oh, man. She's not breathing.
No, she's not. Elizabeth Singleton is dead. And that brings us back to today. With a mass grave just a few yards outside the house, a guy drawn and quartered on the property, the horrid practice of slavery here, and a woman tumbling down the stairs to her death, I guess it's no surprise they say Smith's Castle is haunted today.
No surprise at all. I mean, there's so many layers of history here dating back centuries. And each of those layers has something to tell us about ourselves. And yet, the most common ghostly sightings center on the inside of the house, especially around the staircase. It's like that tragic fall replays over and over.
And it doesn't help that there's a portrait of a woman hanging over the staircase.
A portrait, they say, is Elizabeth Singleton, overlooking the place where she met her doom.
No, it is creepy.
Yeah.
Still, I'm surprised, maybe even embarrassed, that the ghost most talked about is a socialite who got clumsy on the stairs instead of the people who lost their lives and are buried right outside. Or maybe even the spirits of former slaves crying out to be remembered.
I get that. There's definitely a lesson here. Maybe this ghost of Elizabeth Singleton is just innocent enough to draw people inside the museum to ask more questions. And while you're here, you may learn about all the other activity that's taken place over the centuries.
Now, looks and names can be deceiving. When we first got here, I expected some stone castle, not a house.
Yeah, sure.
When you said it was haunted, I expected an army of ghosts, not a woman falling down the stairs.
And yet this place is a castle. And there is an army of ghosts. They're just not going to greet you at the front door. Sometimes you have to go looking for them.
If you'd like to see some pictures of Smith's Castle by the great Frank Grace, then go explore our website at OurNewEnglandLegends.com and click on episode 123.
There it is again. And on our website, you can find links to our entire archive of shows, plus video clips from the New England Legends television series, which you can watch right this minute on Amazon Prime Video. And there's also links to our super secret Facebook group, where we have hundreds of other legend seekers who are sharing their stories each and every day.
We'd also love it if you'd post a review on iTunes.
Yes, please.
I mean, they go a long way in helping others find us. And if you have a tip for us, a story idea, some feedback, or if you'd like to leave our show closing for future episodes, that's a lot of fun. Call or text our legend line anytime at 617-444-9683.
And of course, our theme music is by John Judd.
Hello, this is David Cabral, calling from Rainham, Massachusetts, the Bridgewater Triangle. Until next time, remember, the bizarre is much closer than you think.